Hey, here's another example. Find all solutions to cosine theta equals half. Now, we're still under the trig equations. That's my second example. Clearly, the question says find all solutions. So number one, we're not restricted to any domain. It's not asking me that, it's not demanding that your answer be between 0 to 2 pi, because this would reflect one revolution. But it's not restricting me to that, which means most likely they're going to be infinite number of solutions. So let's go ahead and find them. Cosine theta is half. Half is a positive value. Cosine is positive in the first and the fourth quadrant because cosine represents the x-coordinate. The x-coordinate, and x-coordinate is positive in the first and fourth. It's positive on the right side of the origin. On the left side, x value will be negative. So we're only focusing on first and fourth quadrant. And hence, because of first and fourth quadrant, we should end up getting two answers. So let's say one of the theta resides right here. Let's go ahead and finish our triangle. Let's go ahead and label the sides. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent 1, hypotenuse 2, and hence the third side will be root 3. Also understand the other answer is going to come from down here. We have another theta. Let's complete the triangle. Right triangle right there. Adjacent is already listed as 1, hypotenuse 2, and then the third side has to be root 3, but in this case, it's going to be negative root 3. My objective here is to be able to find both the thetas, and hence we have the solution in the one revolution. Clearly, this is a 30, 90, 60 type of triangle. So if this is side 1, then the angle opposite to it should be a 30-degree angle, and hence this should be a 60-degree angle. So theta is equivalent to 60 degrees. That's one solution from the first quadrant. Also, theta can be written in radians as pi over 3, because 180 divided by 3 would make it 60 degrees. The other solution would be a negative of theta. It's a reflection. Also know that this is a reflection of this angle, pi over 3. So if that's pi over 3, this is negative pi over 3. However, negative pi over 3 angle, which is this one, is a reference angle. The actual angle is going all the way around here, going till here. So that would represent 5 pi over 3. 60 degrees, in degree world, that would be 360 minus 60, which is 300 degrees. And in radian world, that would be 5 pi over 3. Basically, 5 times 180 over 3. 3 goes into 180 60 times, and 60 times 5 is 360 degrees. Another way to figure that out is we're going in thirds. You clearly see we're going in thirds. So if this is pi over 3, 2 pi over 3 would be here somewhere. This would be 3 pi over 3, which as you can see is, again, pi. This would be 4 pi over 3. This one would be 5 pi over 3. We already listed that. And one full revolution would make it 6 pi over 3, which is equivalent to 2 pi. So everything falls in place. So those are the two answers from one rotation. Please clearly note these are the two answers from one rotation. Now, sine and cosine are periodic every 2 pi, which means the answer repeats itself every 2 pi, which means the first one, better way to write that would be pi over 3 plus 2 pi, keep adding 2 pi, keep adding 2 pi, and integral multiples of k, where k represents integers. K is 0, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. Also, from the other one, 5 pi over 3, the next answers can be obtained by simply adding 2 pi multiple times. That's a better way to write these answers. If we want to find these answers and put it in the other format, if I want the answer as theta equals yada, 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 then I can start substituting them. I'll show you that real quick. Let me make two columns here. The other one, 5 pi over 3 plus 2 pi k. All right, and like I said, we're using values of k as 0, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. Let's go ahead and find a few answers. Pi over 3 plus 2 pi times 0 would get me the very first answer. And then pi over 3 plus 2 pi times 1. That'll make it 2 pi over 3. I can't really add it like that. I will have to convert it to times it by 3, so 6 pi over 3, and that'll make it 7 pi over 3. And then the next one would be 2 pi times 2, which will make it 4 pi, but then I'll have to convert the denominator, and once you do that math, you will realize this should be 13 pi over 3. Also, you will start noticing, you'll figure out a pattern by now. Like if you notice, we're simply adding 6 pi, 6 pi, 6 pi in the numerator. But those three are good enough for now. And from here, our possible answers. We're plugging in 0 first, so that'll give me the very first answer. Now k-value 2, which means, not 2, 1, which means after the first rotation is over. And this would make it 11 pi over 3, and so on and so forth. And of course, I have 5 answers in front of me, so if I were to write it as a set, like I said up there, pi over 3, 5 pi over 3, 7 pi over 3, 11 pi over 3, fun, right? And 13 pi over 3, I'll just write as many as I found out, and dot, dot, dot tells me forever. Both of these are formats. This one is in its own type of formatting, and then this one is the generic formatting that you've used before. There we go, and the question is over. What was the question asking me? Find all possible solutions of theta, and I have found all possible solutions of theta. See you in the next video.